In this video, I'm going to show how to upload multiple files from a local directory into a MongoDB server. So first of all, I have two buttons on my web app. The first button would trigger this function called handle choose directory. So in handle choose directory, first of all, we'll be setting the constant files to an empty array to remove any of the old files if there are any. And then after that we assign this directory handle, and this directory handle would be a directory picker. So it should directory picker will pop up for you to select the directory where you want the files to be uploaded. And then after that we can get the files from the directory and save it in the files in this files constant. After that we have a second button called issue, and this issue would be used to trigger this function called handle issue. So in handle issue, the first thing we do is we assign the cert data to upload PDF. So this upload PDF function would be where I am uploading the file data onto the MongoDB server. So if we go down here to upload PDF, I have upload PDF function here. So first of all, we have a new form data. So this form data would be the package that I'm sending over together with my API call. So I am putting in this for loop here, for each loop here, I am putting the files into my form data. So once the files are in form data, I am calling the API. So I'm using Axios to call the API. So axios.post and then the API link. So my API link is api.certificates.upload PDF, and then together with the form data. So if we go to certificate routes, this is my slash certificates route, so slash API slash certificates, and then I have slash upload PDF. So for slash upload PDF, I'm calling the create certificates function. So if we go to my controller and then look for create certificates, okay, so in here I'm using Malta to create the files. So upload request, and then in here the files would be request.files. So I'm using the request.files. So this is how you call your files from the form data that we send together, and then you assign it as a Malta file. And then in the for loop here, I am first of all getting the file data by calling this a PDF, and then using the file buffer. And then I am next extracting the data from the necessary data from the certificate itself. So in this case it will be the words in the certificates to store as data in case we need it for something else. So first of all, I'm extracting the name, and then the course name and the course date. So for each of these there actually is a few functions here. So when I split the when I extract the name, when I use the name here, when I use the data.text here, the data.text is actually multiple lines of string. So for the when we extract name, and then we use text.split /n, and then my name is on line 12. So I'm using array line 13, so I'm using array 12 to index 12 to get the name. And then for this for the course name is index 14, and then for the course date is index 15, and then I remove the unnecessary information to get only the course date itself. So after that, and then I've created an ID variable here also, so that we can store the ID later on. For the if you want to retrieve it later, it's easier. So okay, and then we just find the trainee name. So because we are assigning the certificate data, the certificate file to a trainee, so if there is no existing trainee of the same name, we will create a new trainee here. So new trainee name equals to name, and then save. And then after that we will save the new certificate. We will create the new certificate with the trainee ID, and then the necessary information, so course name, course dates, PDF file. So this is the actual file itself, and then the file name. And then we will just save, and then retrieve back the ID so that we can we can get back the ID. And then after that we'll push back the cert data. So this will be my response. So my response would be have a ID, name, course name, and course date. So once we have that, in my front end there is actually a so if I go to certificates list, I am actually using this fetch certificate. So when I open my certificate list page, you will fetch the certificates from this API link. So in my certificates, I'm going to certificate routes. So you can see here the one with the certificate route is this certificates. So in my controller, you can go to list certificates. So we are just getting all the certificates from the database and then showing it. And then after that, on my certificate list page, there is also uh, available to download the PDF pack itself, so we can retrieve the PDF pack from MongoDB and download it. So if we look at this get certificate, this is where my download happens. So I am finding the certificate by the ID that is requested, and then we are setting it as a PDF because it's a PDF file, and then we'll send the PDF file over, and this would allow us to download the PDF file. So if I go to my app here, okay, you can see here I have some issued certificates. So if I just click download on this first person, you can see here there's a PDF downloaded, and then we can see the certificate is reviewed. So this certificate is actually from MongoDB and it's not stored locally.